Coming up on Good Morning Wilmington, live with Vincenza and Ivan. Author of the book, Empowered by Disadvantages, Lisa Ward stops by with musical artists KELZ Tango Kip Shu. Terrie Williams, CEO of Terrie M. Williams Expansion Incorporated, stops by to talk about her upcoming COVID-19 Celebration of Life ceremony. Plus, Leadership Delaware CEO Jennifer Cohan and Jaimie Watts stops by to talk about their upcoming leadership series right here on DETV.
Good morning, Wilmington. What's happening? I'm your main man, Big Ive, the talk of the town, Mr. Positivity, and I'm here with my lovely, lovely co-host,
Vincenza. Good morning, Ivan. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning, Vin. How are you?
I'm wonderful. I'm wonderful. It's good to be back.
Oh my gosh, we took a week off, and it felt like a year.
It did, but it was much needed.
Right.
It was much needed. I love these little moments where we press the pause button, and then we regroup, we reboot, and then we come back stronger than ever.
Right, but well, look, it's summertime, and a lot of people, they've been cooped up in the house for 24 months with people they love, and sometimes people they didn't love. So you give them an 80-degree day, they are out partying in the street. You know what I mean? So hey, so we had to take time off, and like you said, come back stronger and harder.
Yes.
So what did you do with your time off?
So during the holiday weekend, I did have to work. Half of the holiday weekend, we were open at the restaurant. However, I was able to spend time with my family, which you know I love. I'm so close to my family, so that was just perfect for me.
Most people hide and run when the family call. They like, boop, and then but your family are tight.
Yes, we are. But you know, I wouldn't want it any other way.
Right,
I wouldn't want it any other way. What did you do this holiday weekend?
Look, I relaxed.
Good.
And I spent my weekend surfing the internet. I was on social media channels looking at everything everyone else was doing, and I just enjoyed it from a distance. There was the Roots Picnic was this weekend that had a lot of people there. So and I had VIP tickets to that, but I was just too tired to go, couldn't go. And then they had the Pride parade in Philadelphia. I wonder if they're going to have a Pride parade here in Delaware.
They should if they. I think they do something.
They need to do something.
And we should go to it.
Yeah, we should just host it. You know, the heck with it.
It's not a bad idea.
I mean, hey, and you know, and I want to say this because this kind of bothered me also. I don't know if you've seen it on DETV. We made a video of a report for the news of Matt Meyer hoisting a flag, the flag in the air at Newcastle County. And there were so many negative comments about it, and it just bothered me, you know, because we're not 1930, 1940 anymore, and you shouldn't hold people, you know, hate people for who they love, or, you know, and it's just horrible. So stop being if you feel that way, don't post it on my page. You know what I mean? Because we support the community, the gay community, and I have cousins, friends. Look, it's all about love.
Yes,
and if you're not going to show love, keep your negativity and your darkness away from our light, okay? Because we celebrate everyone here on DETV. If you don't like it, I don't know what to tell you. But anywho, I had to get that off my back.
And I'm
you know
glad
what I mean?
you did.
Yeah.
I'm glad you did. Sometimes it's important to be honest and transparent, and that's something that we strive to do here at DETV, especially on Good Morning Wilmington. We like to keep it positive, and we like to shine a positive light on everyone and everything in the community. There's enough negativity out there. There's enough bad things happening. It's enough, right?
It's enough.
It weighs heavy, so why not come into our world and wake up in the morning and turn on, you know,
some goodness.
I like that. I like that. I do like that. So,
and speaking of goodness, we have a beautiful list of guests today.
Yes.
Run it down for me. Come on, give me a drum.
All right. So we have Lisa Ward.
Okay.
Want to hold the book?
Yes, I hold the book.
Oh, the author of Empowered by Disadvantages. She's also here with her two artists, KELZ Tango Kip Shu.
Gotta love Kip. Kip is responsible for the way your boy be looking on TV.
And he does a very good job, I have to say.
Thank you.
You're always looking so dapper.
Look, for a big guy, it's really hard trying to find clothes. But over at DXL, Kip does a huge job. And I'm not even a big guy. I don't want to say big, you know. And by the way, Kip, I'm gonna need new measurements because your boy's losing weight. All right. So who else we got?
So we have Terrie Williams, the CEO of Terrie Williams Expansion.
Nice.
As well as Jennifer Cohan, the CEO of Leadership Delaware, and Jaimie Watts, the Chief Operating Officer of Leadership Delaware. So excited to have everyone on the show today.
I love those two. Those two are freaking just amazing. Leadership Delaware is an awesome organization in the state of Delaware that helps people with leadership skills, how to maneuver through, you know, all the things. They give them skills that they need. The young people of Delaware breeding the next leader. So I love them. And shout out to Jen and my homegirl, the best. Can I say the best bartender in the world? I can say the best bartender in the world. The mixologist. Jaimie. Oh, thank you for showing up, everyone. We're going to have a great show. But before we get in that, there's a lot of stuff going on in the week. And we are here with Blake the Brain. Blake, what's happening, brother?
What's up, brother Ivan, man? Like you said, man, it's going to be a lot going on. We've been getting great weather. So, you know, definitely I know a lot of people are going to start to get outside and get to these events and figure out what's going on in Wilmington.
I see, Blake, that you have that HBCU. And I know, but let people know what HBCU you graduated from, brother.
Oh, come on. If people don't know, if you know me, you know I graduated from the Delaware State University, the greatest HBCU in all the land, and we ain't worrying about no other HBCU
Say it
in the
again.
land.
Say it again.
Delaware State University. State!
Right.
DSU. I thought you knew.
What? Now he's going to start dancing.
Talk to him. Talk to him. He's about
Listen,
to
we gotta let
step
him
for a
know, man.
minute.
We definitely gotta let him know. And I got on this shirt. This is HBCU week. This Friday is the gala. Ashley Christopher, who is the CEO and founder of HBCU Week. It has been big. It has been growing so much throughout the city. And actually, we're going to Disney World this year as well. We'll definitely talk about that at a later date. But the gala is this Friday at the Hotel DuPont. When I say Black excellence will be in the building, I promise you. Before the pandemic happened, when they had the last one, it was amazing. Your boy I was in there. He was on hosting a red carpet with me. He was 6'5" and I was 5'6". But that's okay. You know what I mean? I stood tall and we had a great time.
Look, I'll be there this Friday as well. Yeah. I can't wait. We had a great time last year, didn't we, Blake?
Listen, I had a great time. Definitely going to be hosting a red carpet again this year. So, you know, if y'all coming on out this Friday at the gala at the Hotel DuPont, I'm going to be having a great time, messing with people, having fun, and just finding out, you know, what they're doing and what's going on around the state of Wilmington, the state of Delaware, and also in Wilmington.
Love it, man. Love it. So, Blake, you got 60 seconds. Can you let me know what's going on in Wilmington?
All right,
in 60?
All right, 60 seconds. Okay.
All right.
Okay. So, let me see. Where's my teleprompter? Look, give me a little. Okay, there we go. Okay, there we go. Okay, there it is. For starters, today marks the beginning of the Greek Festival, which is celebrating its 47th year this week. Per usual, there's going to be music, dancing, and of course, there's going to be amazing Greek food. This year, all the dining room and all the tents are offering food for takeout, which you can order right there for takeout, or you can order online. Then on Wednesday, June 8th, if you want to walk off some of that delicious food, try the walk-in tour at Greenbank, which offers history lessons about the area and a little bit of exercise. These tours start at 7 p.m., last about an hour, and the cost is just $5. But if you'd rather this week on Wednesday, we'll also have a bike and hike and brews. Now that could be whatever brew, I'm gonna lead it up to whatever you think it is, you know, if it's coffee or if it's brews, lead it up to you guys. But it's from 5 to 8 at Hagley Museum and Library. Take a ride or stroll along the Brandywine and afterwards enjoy some Woodside ice cream or Dogfish beer. I guess we just answered that question. And then on Wednesday, Uncle John's Barbecue will be serving smoked meats for purchase. If laughter is your medicine, then get your prescription this Thursday night, June 9th, for Docklands Riverfront first ever comedy show. Your host is Keith Purnell, who you may recognize from NBC's Last Comic and Comedy Central. It's going to be amazing. The comedy show, I think I'm going to go to that because you know I love to laugh. So to find out more about these events and much more going on around town, check out the online calendar at InWilmDE.com. Once again, that's InWilmDE.com. And I'm Blake the Brain, and that's what's going on in Wilmington in a minute.
My man.
I might have been over a minute. I don't know.
I love
but,
Blake
it is
on
what
the
it is.
show.
You know what I'm
Blake, you
saying?
need to be on the show all the time,
Yes.
right? So don't go anywhere.
Hey, don't hype me up. Don't hype me up. Listen.
Where my producer, Najee and Keandra, can we get Blake signed to a contract for the fall for a spinoff of his own show?
Okay, listen.
Something like that. That'd be great.
Listen, put it in the budget. Okay.
What would you guys say, Blake?
Go ahead, put it in the budget. Okay. All right.
Right. As long as it's a line item.
Yeah.
So we got the Greek picnic. We have
the Greek
biking.
festival's really nice.
It's always been good.
If you want good food, attend the Greek festival. They have gyro, loukoumades, baklava.
I was thinking that too.
I mean, really, really good food.
Yeah.
It's one of my favorite festivals throughout the year. But my top favorite festival, and I have to mention this because representing the Italians in the house.
Go ahead.
This Sunday is the beginning of the St. Anthony's Italian Festival.
Nice.
St. Anthony of Padua Italian Festival, which is benefiting the St. Anthony of Padua grade school. A lot of people don't know that it is a fundraiser, and it's happening here in the city of Wilmington. So excited because they're advertising all over the place, just throughout the state, the tri-state areas, and I love their slogan. Ciao, we're back.
Oh, I love it. Oh my God,
I love it.
That's a t-shirt.
Yes, it is, and I bet you there'll be tons of t-shirts there. So I'm super excited.
A bunch of drinks
yes.
too. I mean, last time
we'll talk more about the festival as the segment unfolds and throughout the week as well. But definitely check out the festivals that are happening, especially in the summer.
It's festival season.
Yes, I love it.
It is. So we also have Juneteenth coming up next week.
Yes.
On the 19th. So we're super excited about that. And did we miss any other festivals?
I'm sure there's so many.
We're good. Yeah, we're good.
Bike
and Brews.
That
I'm
one
trying to
sounds
figure
fun.
out how that's going to happen because
That sounds good.
If I go, it'll be more like bruises and stitches. you know, you drink and walk. You want my black butt to hike after a couple drinks. That's not going to happen. Bring me an EpiPen, a gurney, and my doctor. All right, and we'll make it happen.
Well, we have to take a quick break because Najee is like, come on. All right, so we're going to take a quick commercial break, and then we'll be right back with our first guest.
All right. Good morning, Wilmington.
Coming up, author of Empowered by Disadvantages, Lisa Ward, and musical artists KELZ Tango and Kip Shu.
DETV has been Delaware's premium provider of creative digital and broadcasting solutions that bridges communities and connects people. We create great stories for all audiences. We deliver independent news throughout Delaware. We are digital platform innovators. And we develop marketing and sales solutions so you can stay connected to your audience. Now, why do we do what we do here on DETV? We do it because we care. So, keep watching and follow us on all of our social media platforms. Remember, DETV, online, on air, on time.
The day I got arrested was a blessing because it was the end of one chapter of my life and it was the beginning of another. I deserved a clean slate.
Now that clean slate legislation has passed in Delaware, we must ensure that the bills are effectively implemented so qualified people will get the second chance they deserve. To learn more, visit cleanslatede.org.
Government doesn't make a move without an agenda, some type of plan. The problem is we haven't been on the agenda. Sometimes we're overlooked. Sometimes our interests aren't the interests of those in power. I'm your host, Cohan Gaines, on DETV's new show, The Agenda. We're going to do our best to ensure that you, Delawareans, are knowledgeable about what's going on in the Assembly. Federal government, local government, it doesn't matter. We're going to do our best to ensure that folks that make the agenda on a daily basis have to answer for it. Let them explain what they're doing. If it affects you, it's on the agenda.
We are hosting the first Men of Distinction breakfast. And many have said, well, why are we doing this breakfast? You know, when we talk about in today's climate, we talk about the unfortunate tragedies, we talk about education in our country, fatherhood matters, families matter, mentorship matters. And so what we wanted to do is have a honest conversation with just men about how do we fix some of the issues that we have in our school systems, and how do we begin to talk about families and how men can be better husbands, how we can talk about fatherhood and how we can have stronger mentors in communities. And then the reality is men need help too. And so this is an event bringing all parties together. It's going to be a great breakfast, but we want to do this to have an honest, in-depth conversation with the men of Delaware. To sign up, go to uwde.org, Men of Distinction 2022.
Welcome back, everyone. Our first interview for the day is author Lisa Ward, author of Empowered by Disadvantages, and we also have artists KELZ Tango and Kip Shu. Welcome, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, yes, welcome. Very excited. We have the book. Now, Lisa, tell us about your book.
Empowered by Disadvantages came about because I'm a very spiritual person, and actually the title came, the subtitle, when your disadvantages is not your advantages, all your advantages, I'm sorry, came to me in a dream. And I have dyslexia, sorry. And by me being dyslexic, I always was scared to write, even though people would say, oh, you have a gift to tell stories. So I wanted to do different stories of the people I've interviewed in my journey with different people we've dealt with in the entertainment business and kids that I've mentored, along with some of my personal stories, and give a story of showing the positivity in that negative moment that you might be feeling.
See, I love that, right? Because when you can take, some people might call it a flaw, right? When you can take a flaw and turn it into something positive that not just benefits you, but benefit others around you, that's a great thing, especially being dyslexic. So I get it, right? So let me tell you, and like with me, I know my strength is not writing, because I see things backwards, just like as you do, right? But my thing is visual. That's the way I communicate. So my whole team will tell you, I will have them overlook this for me, tell me what you think, or can you help me write this, even at 45. So taking that flaw and making it into something that can benefit not just the community, this is where this book thrives. So I really appreciate you just having the willpower to write, to come up with this when everyone said you couldn't.
Yes, and even the courage to share with the world of your, I wouldn't call it a flaw. I wouldn't call it,
What would you call it?
I would call it maybe your superpower.
Okay.
I really would, because you've figured out another way. And there's nothing wrong with that. And now you've written a book that's inspiring, people can connect to, and you've given hope to others that may be fearful of sharing what they're going through. And we don't like to call them disabilities, even that's what they're categorized as, because it's more than that.
We also talk about a part in there which I think y'all would like, especially the guys, about men who are not able to have children, a taboo type of conversation. The things that they go through mentally, and they don't have an outlet to talk about those things, because you're private men. Men are private. And to be in a room with a bunch of women and talk about that's hard. So we talk about different topics like that as well.
Now what, give me something out of the book that was a disadvantage that you overcame.
Writing it. Really the main thing was kind of coming up with the organization of what do you put in this book. God gave me this title, now what do I talk about? Dr. Tamika Wright, who is one of the people who lived here, she helped me organize it, but God forbid, she passed before I can finish the book. But she helped me organize it. And once you have the organization, then you just write from your heart. And I try to tell people, even songwriters and things like that, from my artists, that you write from your heart, anything's possible.
All right, so let's talk about these two guys here. Because I know him, right? And I just met him. What do they have? What roles do you guys play in this masterpiece?
Well, when Lisa approached me with the project, part of what we were asked to do was to, one, read the book. Read the book so that you know, just where she's coming from, and you kind of you feel empowered by some of her disadvantages. What were her disadvantages? Because I always talk to her about that was
past tense.
Past tense. So in each chapter of the book, it was a song being written about each chapter of the book. that which presents the soundtrack. So a chapter that I picked at the time was Pain, which was very interesting because I had picked that book, I picked that chapter prior to my grandmother dying just on Valentine's Day. And then it just kind of came back in full circle, losing parents recently, a few years ago, and then losing my grandmother, like that, it kind of came right together. So it wasn't really hard. Well, to be honest, it was a little bit because you kind of are trying to internalize it and then trying to put that on paper. But just to see the courage, like you said, for her to come out and write a book like this as an adult, where at a certain time you can kind of hide that and you don't have to be open with everybody about that.
Right.
Was inspiring to me about it. So that was kind of where what I took from it. I mean, also being a spiritual person and have a background in that, I just felt compelled to kind of be part of the project.
And you have an amazing backstory as well. Like he's an artist. He writes songs. Some of the people that you wrote for.
Oh man, I don't want to start calling names, but
they said it's okay though.
It's okay. It's Good Morning Wilmington.
I've wrote for pop artists like Robin S. We wrote multiple songs for her. Went on the road with her. She had a platinum album. My God Sisters and Change of Faces, I worked with them. Worked with Boyz II Men, Jodeci. That's just to name a few. Dougie Fresh, we wrote a song, a hook for him.
Nice.
You
can go on.
Yeah, I don't want to steal the show, but that, yeah.
You start naming the big names later.
We're gonna be here. We're gonna be in the credits. We'll be like, and I used to write for him. Nah, that's good job. Now, how about you, my man?
All right, so me. Same thing. Lisa approached us, and we had to read the book, obviously, as one of the criteria. But I definitely related to certain chapters, especially being as though there was my own disadvantages that I had to go through in my life. I'm one of the artists responsible for the soundtrack to Being Black, which definitely I related to, especially growing up in, we'll say, a predominantly non-Black area in Pennsylvania. There were some things that I could definitely relate to, and was able to express what I went through on the track. So I definitely think it's one of those things where people that are like maybe discouraged right now, or maybe going through things, especially where a time when mental health is definitely a huge major ordeal, it's something that's going to assist them with getting them through the times. So I definitely appreciate Lisa with her approaching me with that, because I had, number one, I had fun doing it.
Right.
Number two was just like, again, that expression and sharing your story so people can grasp on, well, I relate to that, so it can help them in their life.
Yeah, I love it. Yeah. So and just to be clear, because I know we went right into the music. You are taking this book and turning this book into a film.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes,
just want to make sure that we hear people are like, so what's the music got to do with the book?
Right.
We're turning it into a film. Okay.
That's our goal.
And so what do you need? So look, this is the community camera, right?
Okay.
That's yours.
Okay.
You tell the community what you need to make this, bring this into fruition.
We've been blessed to find a producer in your hometown. Delaware that's why I keep coming back to Delaware. Y'all have so many talented people. I don't know if you know Miss Yola, who does the crabs.
Yep.
She's gonna be on the soundtrack.
Is she nice?
Oh, yeah, she's amazing.
Nice. Yeah.
So what we're trying to do, we have Naj, who has a company called Naj Production. She's gonna be the producer of the film.
Okay.
And what we need is $25,000 to raise. We have a Kickstarter that is on right now under Empowered by Disadvantages. We only have 9 days left to make our goal. If we don't make our goal, they take everything back. I come from a time where it takes a community to save people. If we could sell 2,000 books, you can go to avaji.com, purchase a book, it'll be autographed by me and sent by me, or you can go to the Kickstarter and donate whatever you want to. And this way we'll be able to not only touch and make this book a movie, which for those who don't like to read, a lot of people do not like to read, and a lot of people don't even like to listen to it. But some people who like film, I think they will be touched more if we do it in a film. And so many people have asked me, because I didn't even think about this.
Right.
I didn't think I was gonna be a film writer. Right. So now they wanna turn it into a movie. So we need $25,000. Even after 9 days, if y'all believe in what I'm trying to do, you see what the people are saying about the book, please help us, because it takes a village to make a difference. And that's what I'm asking for.
Right.
Yes, it does. And I hope that you achieve that that goal, because I can just tell the passion that's put into the book. Meeting the three of you so quickly this morning, and I wanted to keep chatting and keep talking and getting to know all of you. But I'm excited to even read the book. I started to look through it when Ivan had it right on the desk.
You try to take it from me.
Sorry. And I started to read a little bit, and I caught that, wow, this is really empowering. We need a book. We need this to be made into a movie.
Especially in this day and age.
Right.
When you have mental health that's going on and you're discovering that kids that you never thought were going through mental health issues, are going through mental health issues. We always counted on something else. Oh, he's this or she's that.
Especially in the black community.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah.
They don't pay attention. They don't want to pay attention in class. They don't want to do this. But they have things that's going on in their home where they have what we like to call disadvantages that can become your advantage through reading and being empowered by this and putting it out there in the movie. So.
But we need to really, listen to our children. The main thing I'm realizing in the communities, in all ages, it doesn't matter, black or white, that when a child says, I'm having trouble or behavior issues, we are so worried about what people think in the community, what our friends think, instead of trying to get that child the help they need. They didn't realize I was dyslexic until I went to college. I had an 8th grade reading level. They just said, oh, she was slow. So we need parents, please, I ask you, please, if you have any idea or think your child has a learning disability, get them tested so they can get the help that they want so they can survive better.
Yeah, I love it. Oh my gosh.
Yes, no, Lisa, thank you for you being so courageous and being open in writing this book. And gentlemen, thank you for helping support Lisa in this message and hoping that it will happen.
Thank you.
I look forward to watching the movie.
Well, you know, he's going to be there. He's at every movie. He'll be there.
You will see me walk by. You're like, is that Big Eye?
No question. No question.
But no, I'm super stoked, and I'm just going to celebrate you now for getting that 30,000 that you need. I know you said 25, but that 30,000 that you need. One thing that I would say, so if there's the state agency that happens to deal with something with mental health that needs someone to help spread the word, especially in the black and brown community, and I know you do, make sure you reach out to Lisa Ward.
Yes.
So you might want to just follow up now that they know that you're going to call.
Thank you.
All right, thank you all for coming. Really appreciate it. Tell them again, Lisa, look at your camera. Tell them where they can get the book.
They can go to either, it's on all book platforms, Barnes & Nobles, actually, it's your Christiana, the hard copy, actually there. But you can go to, if you want an autographed copy from me, go to avodgy.com. That's AVODGY.com, and I'll send it to you personally. And also Kickstarter is Empowered by Disadvantages. Put that in the search engine and you'll be able to make your donation. And also Cash App, you can go to humble.publishing or HD Publishing if you continue to make a donation.
Love it.
There you go.
Love it. We're definitely gonna make a donation towards
Thank you.
your goal. We really appreciate you.
I appreciate you too.
All right, Vincenza, commercial break.
Commercial break.
I don't want to take a commercial break. and
you know, keep going.
I want to give a special shout out right there before we go any further to if you know that last year I got diagnosed with type 2 diabetic and been working on my numbers. Numbers was freaking through the roof. I mean, they were through the roof. My blood sugar was like 530 something. I can't remember.
Oh wow!
But with some hard work and changing my diet and working out with my main man Scott from Balance Fitness, with DETV is going to bring some more information about diabetes to the black and brown community. So because what I found out, Kip, is the number one killer of black men in Delaware is diabetes. Oh, I bet. The widowmaker.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Because we are scared to go. So I just wanted to say, give a shout out to Balance Fitness and to all the other diabetics out there. We got something coming for you. So we'll be right back after these messages.
Good stuff.
Good, thanks.
Stay tuned. CEO of Terrie Williams Expansion Incorporated, Terrie Williams is up next.
DETV is a group of us who are just doing what we love to do best, and that's bringing Delawareans the news that's been missing for far too long in TV news.
DETV to me is a bunch of hardworking professionals that come in and day out to provide the best content, the best programming that we can provide because we care about this state and the viewers and the residents, our neighbors, our communities, our families, our friends. We want to just provide them with the best content possible, and we're so privileged to be able to do so.
I would describe DETV as a powder keg. Energy undefined.
Welcome back, everyone. We have our next guest on the show, Terrie Williams, the CEO and founder of Terrie and Williams Expansion Incorporated. Welcome, Terrie.
Thank you.
Yes, you look absolutely lovely.
Stunning, right? She looks glowing.
Yes, you look
Thank
everything. Everything. When you walk through the door, I was like, oh my gosh, she looks beautiful.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I think the
Thank
word
you for
here
being
is royale.
Oh, yes, that was
Yes.
what I was aiming for.
Well, you got it.
You achieved that.
Thank you.
Well, let's talk about let's just dive right into it. Tell
Yes.
us about Terrie and Williams Expansion Incorporated.
Well, Terrie and Williams Expansion Incorporated started the year of the pandemic. 2020, I was graced to get my 501c3 in 11 days.
Nice. Wow,
Right.
that's a record.
That was a blessing right there.
Can we get a praise break right there for that?
In 11 days, I filed on April the 19th, April the 30th. I had a date stamped in the mail. I received it May the 5th.
Nice.
Thereafter, March the 5th. March the 13th, remember we all started shutting down. But Terrie and Williams was birthed. And thereafter we started, we have been working with the communities over the years, but I officially, I made it official in 2020.
Right.
So since then, December 2020, I contracted COVID.
See the eye roll?
Yes, I did. I contracted COVID, and I actually was hospitalized, almost died. I was in the ICU.
Wow.
I had COVID, pneumonia, renal failure, hypoxia, and dehydration.
All because of COVID.
Because of COVID and some other underlining,
Right.
but yes, because of COVID, all of that was just escalated.
Right, right.
So since then, like I said, I was hospitalized for 18 days, and at the VA, I'm a veteran. So I was serviced at the VA, and they actually gave me beautiful care.
Nice.
The VA has had
to hear.
such a bad reputation over the years, and I thought that it was very important to say thank you to the caretakers, the home, the healthcare workers that took care of me. So during that period of time, still recovering, I'm still a long hauler, still have some of the symptoms, but Terrie and Williams is still a go.
Nice.
So we have been being able to give services to the community. We help the homeless, we help those who need assistance with housing. We have a housing locator services as long as you come and become part of our program.
Right.
What we do, we help those that find housing to get first rent security if they qualify for that. We provide food, clothing. We try to meet whatever need there is. If someone needs work boots, we try to help them get work boots. If they need birth certificates, social security card, those that are coming out of prison, that's what we're here for.
So what you mean to tell me, Miss Terrie, I'm gonna call you Miss Terrie, right? So what you mean to tell me, Miss Terrie, is you've been walking in this is your mission.
Yes.
Before the pandemic, right?
Most definitely.
And just a more official during the pandemic. But you've been doing this for a long time now.
Yes.
Why do you do it?
Well, that's my calling. That's my passion, that's my heart. You know, I know what it is to be homeless. I was homeless at one time. I'm a veteran. I know what it is to be in an institution in the military. Thank God I have not been, in prison, but family members, friends, associates. Basically, my mindset is there are so many different holes in our system. And we want to be the one that fill those gaps.
Right.
We're the little nonprofit that a lot of times people don't look at, but we're the boots on the ground.
Right.
We're doing the real work. We're going in the homes with COVID and non-COVID. I'm out in the community in the tent cities. I'm literally
the tent cities.
in the woods.
Yeah.
So I, work with other various agencies to go out to make sure that services that are needed for those that don't have a voice.
Do you have a small team?
I have a small team, yes.
Okay.
And we're looking to expand.
Okay.
Yeah.
What do you need for that expansion?
Expansion, we need more money for one, and I need volunteers.
Okay.
Dedicated volunteers, people who are going to be in it to win it, regardless of what the situation or the season is, to be able to say, you know what, I know that this is a need and I'm called to do this.
Right.
When people are called to do something and have a passion to do that, they aren't going to give up.
Right.
And it's the same thing, that's how I feel about the healthcare workers. For the ones that remain, the ones that got COVID and still came back to work.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? The ones that were the family, the husband and the children was like, mommy, daddy, don't go to work because they are afraid that you're going to die.
Right.
Or they are going to be afraid that you're going to come and bring the virus home to them.
Right.
So I want to say thank you. So my whole mindset was when I left there, I got all the name of the nurses, doctors, the respiratory therapists, everyone who touched me. I tried to make sure that I get access to their names so I could say thank you. So a year has gone by. I have been a year and 4 months COVID-free.
Nice.
Good.
So I'm excited about that, where COVID is still alive, still alive and kicking. But we take our precautions to keep healthy and to stay healthy.
Well, Ms. Terrie, I can tell that you are resilient.
Yes.
And that you found your calling and you're not letting your health stop you from moving forward with your cause. And I respect that and I appreciate that you're not letting your health stop you from what you're so passionate about.
Yes.
And you are right when you said you need volunteers that are dedicated.
Yes.
Because it seems like you need to be dedicated to the core to do what you're doing.
Most
and thank you
definitely.
for your service
Thank
as well.
You're welcome.
Yes, thank you. You are, I mean, I could tell when you walked through the doors, I could tell that you were something special.
All right.
Because, and then the more we're getting to know you,
Yes.
I'm like, wow, this is an incredible person that we have on the show.
Yeah.
And we're so lucky to be in your presence. So I know that you have an event coming up this Thursday.
do,
So why don't you share with our audience a little bit more about your event this Thursday?
The event this week, June the 9th, Thursday, we are going to be at Rodney Square at 6 p.m.
Okay.
And this event is really close to my heart. Like I said, I always want to be the one to go back to say thank you. I'm reminded of the scripture where Jesus healed 10 lepers and only one came back.
Right.
I'm that one. My voice is the voice of the ones that passed away that didn't get a chance to say thank you. Even though they did not pull through, they got awesome care.
Right.
I'm the voice of the parents or the people, the family members that still didn't get a chance to say thank you because maybe even the doctor passed away or moved away or something. I'm that voice to say thank you. So when the VA told me no, because actually I was going to have 2 events. I was going to have one specifically, not Pacifically.
Right.
Right,
They'll roast you on it.
Specifically at the VA, but I was denied 3 times at the VA. The ethics committee and the hospital leadership committee and the legal committee all said no because they have their rules and regulations as federal government and that you can't give gifts over a certain amount.
Right.
I almost wrote a dissertation at pleading, please, why will we not allow someone to say thank you in this climate?
Right. Right.
We've been rules for everything else. We compromise in different things and we make things, we adapt to however. So still abiding by their regulations, that anybody can receive a gift $20 and under. So we're going to have an all-you-can-eat buffet under $20.
Under $20, right.
Right, with dessert and drink included.
Right, nice.
So on, this week we are looking to just have fun. It's just a day of fun, really. It's the families coming out. We are going to have an award ceremony. I'm actually honoring 10 employees from the VA.
Excellent.
Which are the respiratory therapist, the ICU nurse, the ED nurse, my pharmacist. I remember diligently when I was sick and fever and I couldn't really concentrate and keep my eyes open. I remember this short man knocking outside my door saying, Miss Williams, pick your phone up. And I didn't want to pick my phone up. He just kept knocking, pick your phone up. So I mustered up enough strength to pick my phone up, and he was telling me all about the medication, remdesivir. First, it was one of the medications in the ER, and he was saying you are almost out of that window of it, being effective for you. And I remember that I was just praying and said, okay, once I get an answer from God, then I'll give you an answer. Days went by, every day he would come. Miss Williams, so you talk about someone persevered. When I say gentle spirit, he has such a gentle spirit. When you're sick, that's what you need. You need someone who's going to be gentle and kind.
That's so true.
And even when I was in and out of, I won't say consciousness because of high fevers, I was sleeping, I remember him being at that window. What seems to me to be hours was maybe 5-10 minutes of him trying to tell me, the effects of me taking this type of medication.
Yeah.
So I'm grateful that I'm here because I had people who were diligently helping me come through this.
Yeah.
And even now, I just recently stopped physical therapy. I wound up having to take, physical therapy, speech therapy. I still have some of the long haul symptoms.
But you're here.
But
Yes,
I'm here.
you're here and on
But I'm here.
television doing
Yes.
a live
Yeah.
interview.
You're
You
here.
would never
Yes.
notice that you've
Yes.
gone through all of that.
Yes.
And it seems like these healthcare workers were the ones that really helped you get and supported
Yes.
you through this. And I love that you are honoring them at your event on Thursday.
Yes.
Well, now, did you mention the time of the event already?
The event is 6 p.m., 6 to
Okay,
8:30.
6
Like
to
I said, it's a 2.5-hour event. We're going to
Okay.
have food, we're going to have refreshments, we're going to have vendors.
And anybody could attend.
Anybody
It's
can
free?
attend. It's free.
That's perfect.
It's out.
Keyword,
How
free.
dare
Free.
us?
Nothing beats
There
free
you go.
99.
There you go.
Do me a favor, Miss Terrie.
Yeah.
This is your camera right here for the
Yeah.
community. Tell them, invite them to your event.
Yes, I want to invite you all out to come on this Thursday, June the 9th at Rodney Square. Come out on the square. Bring your towel, bring a beach chair, whatever you want to do. We're just going to max and relax and honor our healthcare workers on that day and everyone who has had a hand in your healthcare healthcare needs, specifically for COVID. Also, if you have a loved one that passed from COVID, please bring a picture out. We are going to memorialize those that have gone on and give honor to them as well. So it's not only just those healthcare workers, we're honoring and memorializing those that have gone on and us as survivors.
That's right.
So it's all about having fun. I do want to say thank you to the Kinney Foundation for actually its donations.
Excellent.
All my sponsors that have said yes, and all my friends, the Life Community Church, the Life Health Center, I thank you, and I also thank DSAM. They're always my ride or die. They come out to every event that I have. They are like, yes, we are there. They are the ones who do the mental health component through the Bridge Clinic. So I thank all of my supporters and sponsors, friends and family that will be coming out. Come on out. I need some more volunteers. We're going to help set up and tear down and leave Rodney Square better than where we come.
Whoa, if that ain't a church opening, a church invitation right there.
Look, you know that is.
I know that is. I can tell. Oh, well, thank you so much. And we are so happy to celebrate with you live. We can just see it in your eyes that, it's like, I'm here. I'm here. And the devil got something to work out.
There you go.
He's on notice.
Can I add one more
Yes.
thing, please? I do apologize. We are also taking donations, financial donations, because we are looking to do housing for the homeless.
Okay.
So yeah, we are looking to get also showers for the those that are homeless that need showers. So that's $120,000 for that vehicle. So we are definitely taking donations. My email, your email too is Terrie, TW@TerrieMWilliamsExpansion.org. You can reach us at www.TerrieWilliamsExpansion.org. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ms.
Thank
Terrie.
you. Yes.
Thank you so much.
I'm super excited about that event.
Yeah,
Oh
it
my
sounds like it's
God.
going to be a beautiful event.
It is.
And it's something when you see someone that just, they get on the line. And I know I can only imagine what it was like catching COVID and then catching COVID. And I'm thinking like you were so bad that, like you said, the doctor had to call through the phone to talk to you because no one is entering your room.
Right.
That's when you know it's not the
And now I'm
best.
coming back and saying, you know what? I celebrate this. I celebrate you. I celebrate life.
That's
I celebrate
right.
me.
Yeah.
Like wow. You know what I mean? So again, Ms. Terrie, thank you so much for coming. Really, it's been a pleasure.
Yes.
Miss Royal.
Thank you.
And we'll be right back because we have some leadership people coming up that's going to tell you a little bit more. They over there, woo, look, they got the look. They got the city hall going on. Leadership Delaware is coming up next. Stay tuned.
Next on the Plaza, Leadership Delaware's Jennifer Cohan and Jaimie Watts.
Hello, DETV family. This is Dr. Rose Kokoza, primary care physician at Christiana Care. I'm reaching out to you because we know that the COVID-19 pandemic is still very much with us, with cases on the rise. Please continue to do what we know works. Wash your hands frequently, social distance, and wear a mask. Let's do what we need to do to move past this pandemic.
Let DART do the driving. DART First State provides transportation that is clean, safe, reliable, and affordable. Plan your trip and get real-time bus information with the free DART Transit app. Scan your phone to pay your fare with the free DART Pass app. So what are you waiting for? Try transit today. Visit dartfirststate.com or call 1-800-652-DART.
Hi, my name is Angela, and I am currently living with a record. Having a second chance at life is amazing to me. You know, I don't have to allow my past to dictate who I'm going to be today, and to me, that's beautiful.
Now that clean slate legislation has passed in Delaware, we must ensure that the bills are effectively implemented so qualified people will get the second chance they deserve. To learn more, visit cleanslatede.org.
We are hosting the first Men of Distinction breakfast. And many have said, well, why are we doing this breakfast? You know, when we talk about in today's climate, we talk about the unfortunate tragedies, we talk about education in our country, fatherhood matters, families matter, mentorship matters. And so what we wanted to do is have a honest conversation with just men about how do we fix some of the issues that we have in our school systems, and how do we begin to talk about families and how men can be better husbands, how we can talk about fatherhood and how we can have stronger mentors in communities. And then the reality is men need help too. And so this is an event bringing all parties together. It's going to be a great breakfast, but we want to do this to have an honest, in-depth conversation with the men of Delaware. To sign up, go to uwde.org, Men of Distinction 2022.
Welcome back, everyone. Our guests, and our last but not least, we have Jennifer Cohan and Jaimie Watts of Leadership Delaware. So excited to chat with them on the Plaza today. Welcome, ladies.
Thank you for having us. Thank you.
Yes,
I'm
yes.
excited.
Yeah, no, he is excited.
So seeing Ivan in his natural habitat is like so exciting.
Well, we need to dive right into things. What is Leadership Delaware?
So I'm glad that you asked. So Leadership Delaware is a leadership immersion program. It is a year-long program where we take the best and brightest executives from all over the state and put them through what we call sessions. We call them sessions. The first Thursday and Friday of every month, we bring in speakers that are representative of the business sectors in Delaware, especially the emerging business sectors. And we take them and we go all over the state. So it's very interesting, and we found this every class that we have. Coming in, these fellows, that's what we call them, fellows, they don't necessarily have not a skill set, but an understanding of everything Delaware, because you're in the entertainment industry, or you're in finance, or you're in banking or healthcare. You don't necessarily get out of your silo and exposed to other things, and Delaware is just such a unique place. So we bring in over 150 different speakers through the year-long program, and then they come out much more, and it's been called a master's degree in everything Delaware.
Wow. So I first of all, I love leadership, right? And I love Leadership Delaware. Huge fan. Let's talk about the development, like how someone can be developed, like programs, or do you have development series that people can take in?
Yeah, so what we've seen over the last year and a half, and I'll turn it over to Jaimie for some of the logistics, is that leadership that is necessary in the workplace now has changed.
Yes.
Right? The pandemic, the civil unrest, everything that's happening in our country and around the globe really is impacting the way people need to be led. And then also, this is the first time we've actually had 5 different generations in the workplace.
Okay.
So they need to be motivated differently, communicated to differently. So what we created that we launched actually this month is a 6-module curriculum called the Leadership Development Series. So this is in addition to and actually separate from the traditional Leadership Delaware year-long program. So Jaimie, why don't you talk a little bit about the different series and some of the logistics?
Sure. So this is actually going to start on January 22nd, and it runs through August 24th. And so, I'm sorry, June 22nd. I don't know my J months. So June 22nd, and it runs through January 24th. And there's 6 different modules, as she was saying. Did I just say January again?
Yeah, don't worry about it.
August 24th. I like January, I guess. And so there's 6 different modules, and the topics are actually going to be focused on topics like people and teams, workforce communication, leading in a hybrid workplace, public policy, and public speaking. And the thing that's a little bit different between this and our traditional year-long program is it's focusing more on those leadership skills as opposed to Delaware leaders and talking about what's going on in Delaware. And anyone is welcome to join us for this series. It is, targeted towards Delaware professionals. So, but there is no age limit or anything like that. Anyone who wants to sign up and participate in the program is welcome to.
That's nice.
Yes.
That's nice.
And
And you don't have to be a member of Leadership Delaware.
I was
Just come. If you want to develop your skills, just come. I love it.
Yes, I was just going to ask about the age. No, any age.
No, and well, again, we're targeting young professionals.
Young professionals, okay.
But any professional that really, and that's what we've seen through Leadership Delaware too, is like there's this new need. A lot of people are actually reinventing themselves in the workplace right now.
Very true.
So we really want to open it up to anyone and anyone that is interested in, helping their leadership skills, and it's modern content too. I think that's really important.
Very
important.
important.
So, it's how do you lead right now? How do you lead in 2022?
Yeah. And that brings me to what makes a good leader.
Ooh, that is
They coming, baby. They coming.
I know. I'm like, all right, we have them in front of us.
Yeah, might as well.
Share the secret to the recipe.
So what we found, and it is different now. I mean, so I'm glad that you asked that question. Leadership today, you need to be compassionate above anything else. Right? You need to understand your employees. You need to stand side by side with them, and then really, and you need to understand their needs, right? Because it is different now. Yes, you need to be technically savvy in the area of your business, but you also really need to understand people. And I think that's more important now than anything else. What motivates them, what drives them, their needs are different. They really are. And if you look at the pandemic, the women and minorities were impacted way harder than any other group, right? So really understanding that the way even you manage performance for different groups is going to be different. So, I think now is a really good time for this series just because, again, things are so different right now. But really, in my opinion, empathy is probably the biggest missing skill of a great leader.
It's interesting. I actually had the opportunity to take some leadership courses at the University of Delaware. I was an English major with a concentration in literary studies. However, I was gravitating towards the leadership program. I really enjoyed the professors, the students, and just the curriculum that they were teaching, because you can take those leadership skills and apply it in anything you do. So I felt the need. When I was taking the course, and it was under Professor Tony Middlebrooks, a little shout out to him from the University of Delaware. He was very pivotal in everything that I was doing throughout my career. But one thing that they taught us was being a good leader, you need to understand and know and realize when to take a step forward, but more importantly, when to take a step back and let your team lead. So I'm assuming that is still very prevalent to this day.
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. I mean, really growing your people is probably the biggest, role of a leader. Not, yes, you're leading, but you're also kind of bringing everybody else with you.
Excellent.
And it's having the self-awareness to know that you need to continuously learn at the same time, which is why programs like ours are so key, because as a leader, you should always be learning. You should never stop. No matter what title you reach, no matter how big you become, you should always be learning.
It's like being recertified every 6 to 8 months, basically.
And there's nothing wrong with that.
Oh, heck no.
And I
No,
think
you
that's
should. It should
something
be
that
promoted.
should be spoken about more, that it's okay not to know it all. I'm always reminding myself that it's okay I don't know it all, especially in the restaurant industry. I'm around with the male-dominant industry, one. Two, I'm the youngest. There's a lot of older restaurateurs, so there's that
I think you need to sign up for our program.
I'm with you. Yeah, I was going to say, Jen, you beat me to it. I'm like, so when you signing up,
we're going to see her application come through.
I guess I'm signing up. You always do that to me on camera.
It was the polar bear challenge.
This one's nicer.
This I don't have to.
There's no torture with this
one. No
Right.
torture. No, it would probably be very rewarding. And I think that's something that it's very important to let our viewers know, that they should sign up for the program, be a part of it, because it is truly rewarding. And no matter what career ambition you're in, whether you're in school or you're in your career, or you've been in your career for years and you want to change.
Exactly.
The Leadership Delaware is something that could really help someone maybe develop those skills or courage and
network.
I was just going to say mentorship, but network, same thing, yes.
Yeah, network is huge.
Because once you have LDI beside your name, you can pick up the phone and call anybody. You can call the governor, you can call legislators, CEOs, and they'll respond to you.
Wow.
Yeah. After I talked to some people that graduated from Leadership Delaware, and they were saying when they came in, they were good. But when they left, they were great.
They were great.
Exactly. And that all comes back from development. Now, can you give me a story, give the audience a story about someone that went from good to great? You don't have to say their name, but just to talk about some of the things that they might have lacked coming in, and then after they graduated, they were home.
Well, I'll give you the two different fellows from last year. I'm not going to give names, but one was a police officer and one was an entrepreneur. And the police officer was a white female and the entrepreneur was an African-American younger man. And at the beginning, they just were not seeing eye to eye on things.
Oh, wow.
And what we try to make sure that we bring is balance in every class. So we bring in everybody and everything, diversity, everything, age, geographic location, business. And we went through a few sessions and we challenged them. We did an entire session on police reform, and it was difficult for the two of them. But then they sat down with each other, and she heard his reason why he wasn't so happy with the police, and then he understood her perspective on what they're trying to do, and now they're best friends.
Oh wow!
I mean, literally besties. So it's like just being able to open up and understand others' viewpoints. That's what leadership development's all about.
Right. Different perspectives.
Love it. What else do you want people to know about Leadership Delaware?
Just go to our website, leadershipdelaware.org, and our tagline, we say this every single session, send us your best and we'll make them exceptional. So definitely visit our site if you're interested. We take applications all year long, but we really want to promote this, the current leadership development series that starts this month. Again, it's these 6 modules. We've actually piloted it on a couple of member organizations, and the feedback has just been phenomenal, so it's definitely well worth the attendance. So we really want to promote that as well.
Oh my God! I'm gonna sign up. You heard me say I was gonna say I can't wait. Like I actually, when I was on LinkedIn and it popped through my feed, and I was like, oh.
We would love to have you, Ivan.
Like this is something I can put in the toolbox. You know what I mean?
Well, and that's the other thing that we're seeing out in the corporate world is it's really all about credentialing now. It's not necessarily I got a master's, I got a PhD, but the credentials, and this would actually add to that the tool in the toolbox.
And I like that it's like that, because then there's no stopping. You could keep going, and you can continue to grow your resume, develop those skills, and enhance your skills. I like to use the word enhance. So you have the foundational skills. Now let's continue to enhance them, and that's what I enjoy doing, and that's something that I'm okay with. And even to this age, to this point in my life, I always want to learn more, and I'm always accepting of it.
Both of you, I'm going to see you there.
You gonna see me? I'm gonna sign her up. She come on.
He doesn't even know. Already been signed up.
Yeah, she already been signed up.
And it's nice and convenient for you because it's going to be right down the street at CSC Station, right on the riverfront.
Oh, how beautiful!
So
beautiful
right down the street, nice and easy for you to get to.
Yes,
each session is 3 hours long, so it's in your morning. You can get it done, and then you can go for the rest of your day. There's easy parking.
Look,
it's
she's
a nice
room.
I'm telling you, you guys want to come, and everyone watching wants to join us as well.
I know. I believe it's a great thing for the business community, because when you even think about the pandemic coming, And you know, the pandemic changed everything in the workforce.
Yes, it
right?
did. Yeah.
From people working in buildings to now entrepreneurs working at home. And then who's to say in 5 to 10 years, or maybe 3 months, that they're looking to expand, and they're going to need to be that leader. One thing you can't be is a worker bee and not working on your work, leading your company. You have to be either or. So for more, give this your camera. Go ahead, give it to him. Give it to him.
For more information about the Leadership Development Series or Leadership Delaware, go to leadershipdelaware.org. And again, if you send us your best, we'll make you exceptional.
You know what, Jen? Jen just going to show up. She nailed it.
Really nailed it.
Go. Boom. Ladies,
I've had lots of practice.
Thank you so much, ladies, for coming on. Really appreciate it.
Thank you for having us. And we'll see you at the first
You'll
session.
see us.
Yes.
You'll see us.
Thank you again.
Jen was like 1 out of 10. Out of 10 people I tried that on, she was the only one ready. She was like, go, bam. Okay.
Perfect.
I'm sorry. Okay, are we done? Or
Yes, we're closing the show
We're
right
closing
here.
the show right here.
We're closing the
Okay.
show right here. But before we close the show, how could we forget? We need to honor and congratulate DETV's very own
Ruben.
Yes.
Chef Ruben.
Chef Ruben.
Is he coming up next, Naj, after the show?
No, but we need to.
Oh, he's coming on Wednesday.
But we need to get him on this show.
Yeah.
Because we need to honor him and congratulate him. He won.
Yes. He won
Chopped. Amazing,
Yeah, Food Network.
amazing. I know that you had the opportunity to attend his premiere party, or his watch party, excuse me, right? Tell the viewers all about the watch party.
Oh my gosh! First of all, it was so real, right? Because when we had the idea of creating the food channel for DETV, we reached out to a couple chefs, right? We reached out. It was Dana is our executive producer, Dana Herbert, and Dana. When we did a casting call, and it was Ruben, Chef Ashley. Who else was it? That was it. Chef Ashley and Ruben, and they killed. I don't want to say killed. Killed. Crushed it. Like chefed it up on season 1. So we did season 2, and he never told us that. We kept wondering why the numbers of his show kept they were going up and up, and we're like, what's going on? And he never told us. He's like, oh yeah, I'll be on Chopped on Monday night, and we were like, what? And the after party, the viewing party was at Toscana's. He had a room full of people that loved him.
And very influential people in the state of Delaware attended to support him, which I loved. I love when the community comes out and supports each other and uplifting, and also he deserved it. He deserved the win. I was so excited about it. Obviously, I had no idea. And we've had the opportunity to have Ruben on the show and interview
and try his food.
I haven't tried it yet. You've been lucky to try it, but I've heard all about it.
He has like this Indian soul thing going on, right? Is it Indian soul, Najee? Like he really does his thing. So like when he was on the show, everyone's watching and everyone's panicking, the chefs were panicking. And I'm like, yo, Ruben is in his zone. This is what he does in our kitchen. Like he'll put something together. So if you give him a pig foot and a cow knuckle, and some broth.
So he'll whip it up into some masterpiece.
Right, you're like, oh brother, this is the best cow knuckle pudding I've ever had in my life. But shout out to Ruben, man, and it was awesome watching him on just the Food Network.
Right. That's such a big deal. I actually, Ruben, if you're listening, I text Ivan at the moment they announced you had won the show, and I said, Ivan, this is a big deal. I was like, do you understand? Like, this is a real big deal. This is something that we're so excited for. And again, Ruben, congratulations. You deserve it, and we can't wait for you to come back on Good Morning Wilmington so we can honor your win.
I love it. I love
it. All right, another great show.
Another great show.
We got to thank our sponsors real quick.
Balance Fitness. Next door to the DETV studios on Lancaster Avenue. If you're diabetic and you need to get your numbers in order and get your life back before something happens, because I'd be damned if I lose a foot.
Not happening.
Can't fit in my Bentley with 1 foot. You know what I mean? Can't do that. So that's how I look at it. I look at it like that. Okay. Who else we got? Dart Transit and Wi-Fly. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
They're kicking us off the show now. They're like, we got another show coming up at 10 o'clock.
We got to keep going. We have to keep going, but we will see you Wednesday at 10 a.m. Thank you so much again, everyone. Have a beautiful day.
Good morning, Wilmington.